Precisamente para ustedes en Negocios TV, ustedes saben, desde la extensión de Negocios TV América, como me caracterizo yo por tratar de invitar a quienes forman parte de la dinámica de los mercados. Hoy me tocó con Kim Githler, quien es la señora que ideó todo esto del Money Show. Entonces, estamos muy contentos porque indudablemente vamos a estar haciendo algo con ellos en español. Kim, thank you for coming to our Negocios TV channel. I want you to tell us a little bit the idea of this conference that now been more than 40 years, and then quickly explain to us what is the vision for the next 40 years, let's say. Because obviously the business is booming, you have every personality from Wall Street, and you are helping a lot of investors that need some guidance in this turbulent market, Kim. Thank you.
Yes, you are. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy that you're here at the show and that you're actually recording our experts so that there's wonderful education coming from this event for you. And I understand you do this anyway. You actually had all of our experts a few days prior or a few weeks prior. So congratulations to you for all the education you're doing in the Hispanic market. We're very, very, very happy about that.
One of the things that they want to know is basically what the Money Show is also doing aside the conference, because you do a lot of other events and other things that might help people that are seeing us from overseas, because at the end of the day, they are in some sort of situation where they are following every single stuff they can get in order to learn about the market. So what Money Show is also doing for the people that is outside the US, let's say.
Yes. Well, we actually have a YouTube channel, but what I want to share with you is we have 14 virtual shows, we have 7 face-to-face shows, but we have 14 terabytes of expert content that we are going to be distributing throughout the internet that will help investors, and we're going to be working with you on that.
Excellent.
So I'm very excited about it.
We are as well.
Yes.
Because obviously that might be top of the line content that we can actually help them to make sure they understand the markets.
We believe that knowledge is power. We started the business 45 years ago before the retail public, which is the self-directed investor, trader, and financial advisor, actually could get education. It was a very difficult situation. There was no internet. There were no cell phones. So it was a very difficult situation. And I started my business with a gentleman by the name of Louis Rukeyser of Wall Street Week with Louis Rukeyser. I've actually closed the bell twice in honor of education, because our purpose is clearly to educate the individual investor so they can retire with a better life. And the more knowledge you acquire, the better it is. And you don't need, this is not rocket science. If you listen to people like you, if you listen to experts and you learn and you get some good stock option ideas or some good stock ideas, do your research, take a look at the technical analysis, the fundamental analysis, who is the CEO, how have they been performing. Those are the things that you really need to do to be an informed investor and then say, I like that stock, I'm going to buy it. But you have trading and you have investing, and I am a buy and hold investor and I'm a trader with options. So I have 2 worlds I live in. So my investing long-term portfolio, I don't trade very often. My options portfolio, I trade a lot. So you take advantage of different markets, different times, with different opportunities, but with the experts like you bring to the television.
Bueno, la otra cosa que les quiero decir, la voy a tell en español. Ella nos está explicando lo que es muy importante para la historia, que es que ella inició esta compañía con el señor que fue aquella persona que nos inspiró a todos nosotros con un programa que se llama Wall Street Week, y que hace historia porque entiendan ustedes que hace más de 40 años atrás este hombre era la figura más importante. I'm telling them about Lou. Lou was one of the most iconic figures in Wall Street before, let's say, Jim Cramer and other people that you see in the conference, and he was a believer on education.
Absolutely. He and I started it together, and I did his events for him. I did his cruises. So I did the live events, and he did, and we recommended different people to each other. I recommended experts to him on the producer side, he recommended experts to me, but together we formulated that we wanted to create a self-directed investor, trader, and a financial advisor that was informed, that had knowledge, that invested smarter, that trade wiser. That is our logo, and that is our purpose.
One of the questions that I want to ask you is, as I told you at the beginning, for the next few years, what are the kind of innovations that you think you're going to bring to the landscape? Because at the end of the day, you are kind of the benchmark in the conference for the retail market, the educated investors out there. What are the things that are happening in backstage that you can share with us on some sort of confidentiality?
Yeah. Well, I don't know how confidential it will be now, but we are going to look at more virtual education because it's important, because you can do it from your cell phone, from your iPad. We want to make no barriers to entry, and we will distribute content on a global basis. I've done it in China, I've done it in Switzerland, I've done it all over the world. I do Forbes's cruise. I have 400,000 members of our platform currently that are all watching virtual events that are usually 2 days. They log on, it's a 30 minutes with each expert, but you're going to see that become more of a bigger membership group that now translates into many languages. So that's what we're going to be doing, is more virtual, always face-to-face, because face-to-face is exciting. Face-to-face gives you a lot of energy. You can read people, you feel them, you know them. So if you come once a year or once every 2 years to a conference, you then know who these experts are. You have a connection. On the virtual side, you connect and you can ask questions, because you always want to ask questions. But the important thing is that when you connect, you can then follow. Get your mentors, find your mentors. I have my mentors here, and you are a great mentor to the wonderful audience you have there.
We're very happy. We're very happy for this potential great partnership with the Money Show, where we're going to be potentially in every conference covering what they are doing with the people. Kim, thank you for coming to your own show that we broadcast live.
I watch everything. I sit in that audience and I take notes and I ask questions.
And we're going to be here in the following day, so we make sure everybody's covered. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take
Have a nice
care.
day. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Volvemos con ustedes.